Hey, good morning. Donna Price here with Compassers Consulting and the Business Growth Project Group. And I am thrilled to be starting this this growth and profits weekly and trying to get over there. So hopefully this is going live. Looks like we're live. Technology. So welcome to the first Growth and Profit Weekly. My intent with this is to spend a few minutes at the end of each week talking about strategies for increasing profits. And one thing that I'm noticing in these videos is that I talk with my hands, and it looks silly in the videos. I'm going to try and hold my hands on my lap. So in the Business Growth and Profit Field Guide, hopefully you've downloaded this field guide, I'm going to be kind of going over the 8 profit keys or 8 business growth keys that are part of the field guide. And so there's more of an explanation. There's some great charts and stuff in here to elaborate more. So if you haven't gotten that, I recommend getting it. I'm also going to upload into the files a condensed version of the field guide for you. It'll be called the Vision Growth Map. So those resources are available. Part of what I love about this strategy is that it helps you to focus on the 8 keys or growth keys that matter for increasing profits in your business. And when we make small tweaks to those, we're able to increase profits significantly. So it's really about optimizing what you probably already have in place and making it work better and constantly evaluating what you've got in place, what's working, what's not working, and looking at the numbers, your profit numbers, but also these profit keys. And they work across all businesses and they look different in each business. So it's not a cookie cutter solution. These are numbers that every business can be looking at and improving upon. So one of the things that's, I think, sometimes overwhelming to people is that they feel like they've got to increase, significant numbers. But when we look at these 8 profit keys and we increase them by just 10% across the 8 keys, you can almost double your income. And so it's like, woo. So 10% is a doable number. And that's why I use this process and teach this and encourage you to take a look at these. So let's talk about what the profit keys are. And I'm going to be referencing right out of the field guide. So I encourage you to get that field guide. So the first one is traffic. Whether you're a brick and mortar business, an online business, an author, a coach, you need traffic, either traffic into your store, traffic onto your website, traffic into your Facebook group, whatever your strategy is, you need traffic. Then we need people that raise their hand and say, yes, I'm interested in what you're offering. So we create a strategy for that yes, whether it's downloading the field guide, but some sort of engagement at your store, signing up for a coupon, some way that we're getting people's information so that we can continue talking with them and building that relationship. And marketing, we talk about the CRC process. So connections, relationships, convert to customers. And so this is part of that yes is that connection and then building the relationship so that people become buyers. So the next third key is buyers. So looking at that number, how many people are converting from that yes into buyers. And then we look at the fourth key is the average purchase value. So what are they spending with you? What are they buying from you on the average? And one strategy here is your pricing and increasing your pricing. So when we look at pricing, a lot of business owners that I've talked to are terrified to increase their price. So like, I've never increased my price. It's kind of like, what do you mean you've never increased your price? So increasing your price by 10%, typically not going to impact people. People aren't going to leave your business because of that small increase. And that's the fear, that if I increase, people will leave. But when we look at those numbers, we can also see that a lot of times that price increase and the small number of people that leave, you're still increasing your profits by doing that price increase. And so if you're interested in looking at that more deeply, we can dive into that. Then we look at the number of things in the shopping cart. Like, are they just buying one thing, or are there some add-ons? And what are those add-ons that you can offer to people? And so in cycling, when we're looking at a bike, for instance, some of the things that you need to be carrying with you. You need a repair kit. There's probably at least 5 things in that repair kit that we can add on to the purchase of that bicycle. You need a helmet so that you're staying safe out there. You need lights. So many things that complement the purchase. And that's what that shopping cart that we're looking at, what we're talking about there. How many things can we enhance the shopping cart with? And then repeat buyers. Who comes back? And part of that is your customer service. They love what you offer and how you offer it. And so they come back. We talk about in different strategies for creating repeat buyers. Horn going off here, probably. So membership sites or membership programs, continuity programs is a strategy that I personally think is a really powerful strategy for continuous engagement with a customer and having them continue to buy from you. And when we look around, there's how many subscriptions do we each have, right? So how can we add that strategy into your business? And then engagements. So I think that actually should be like, again, kind of what's in the cart, what are they coming back for? And then your profit margin. What do you keep after your expenses? So I'm going to do a whole post or live about just profit margin at some point, because I'm experiencing through the contractors in our house ways that they could really increase their profit margin. So we'll talk more about that. So then all of these things covered in the field guide are cool, right? But when we work to increase each of them by 10%, in the field guide, I go through some examples of what the impact is on your profits. And there's some charts. So we look at those increases at 10%, and the impact is incredible. So I encourage you to pick that up. But then we have a strategy that we call ACT, ACCT, where we assess, create, convert, track. So we're constantly coming back to these 8 profit keys and assessing, like, how's the traffic doing? What do we need to increase that traffic by another 10%? How is the pricing? How's the conversion from traffic into people raising their hand and saying yes? So we're looking at each of those and tweaking them, not all at the same time. Like, we can work on traffic and then, the next week look at the conversion into raising the hand. And then we want to look at, okay, once they've raised their hand and said yes, and we're building that relationship, how are we doing on conversion then? So we're constantly going through this cycle of assess, create a strategy, convert those efforts, track the numbers, assess like what's working, how do we improve it? So it's a cycle of constant improvement. And as a result of that, we create a system, which is our third compass point in our compass framework of operations. So we create this system of constant improvement and a system that's working to grow your business. So it's pretty cool, right? So I want you to pick one of these keys to focus on this week, just one key. This is your growth and profit weekly action step. So one key, maybe it's getting more visibility, key one, number traffic, or improving how people say yes to your lead magnet, or looking at how many people come back again. So what I want you to do is ask yourself one small change that you can make to improve that one key by 10%, because 10% is doable and 10% starts adding up fast. So thanks for watching. Be sure to leave a comment, any thoughts or ideas that you have. We're going to be working to do these weekly early because then we all have the rest of the day. And next week, we're going to be talking about connecting the profit keys to your marketing system. Again, if you haven't downloaded the Business Growth and Profits Field Guide, I encourage you to do that. I'm going to upload the Vision Growth Map, kind of a condensed version of the field guide for you here. And I encourage you to take a look at that and enjoy the weekend. Happy Friday. Keep going. Stay curious. Take one intentional step. Your business grows and continue to grow. So thanks for being here and make it a great day. Take big action in your business. Take care.